And so these are John Michael's first free throws of the season. As Leeds mentioned earlier, he hadn't been playing most of the season with an ankle injury. Also plays as a running back for the Golden Bear football team. He goes 1 for 2. So John Lloyd with the loose ball foul off the rebound from Hendersonville. And so Bears have now reached the limit. So Hendersonville now will get free throws at the line. John Lloyd, I believe that's his third foul of the game. And freshman Quadro Dickens set to come in for him. And it's Grayson DeGraff at the line.
Coach Tate, as a first-year coach for the Mount Juliet Golden Bears basketball team, Denver, what do you think he was telling them during this halftime?
One of the biggest things is that I'd say they were down by 8, right? Offense was struggling. I feel like he was just telling them to get their head back in the game. You know, down by 8 from the first half, low scoring. He said, I bet he was telling them, offense, you got to produce out there. We got to be making plays because you got to be.
Knocks it down.
That was the freshman Quadro Dickens with a 3. But continuing on what I said, I just think Coach Tate was just encouraging the team that we got to get back in this. This is a district game. There's a lot up for grabs, so we got to get back in this. As they have. That drive to the rim by Weatherspoon is off. Kirkendall gets the rebound. And man, that 3 had to have felt good from Quadro Dickens. As the lead is 5. Braxton Corey fakes the 3. Back out Pfefferly. 40 seconds. John Michael crewed up. Throws it underneath for Dickens. Dickens wanted post position, and John Michael picks up the foul. CJ Holt will now go to the line.
Coach Tate clearly teaches his team some discipline right here, going into the halftime, not being down by 8, clearly flipping the script right here in this second half. Definitely something to look forward to in the fourth. Just the defense for Mount Juliet continuing to apply the pressure. And Denver, it seems like Hendersonville's defense has just been non-existent compared to the first half.
Yeah, look, I gotta agree. The first half, Hendersonville was they weren't full court pressing or anything, just constantly getting tipped passes and steals leading out to fast break scores. But the third quarter, I feel like they might have gotten ahead of themselves a little bit, knowing the other night. Kirkendall on the drive, flips it out, Braxton Corey, and a foul before the shot, and I believe they called a charge on Kirkendall again. Yep, and now comes in Garner Pfeiffer. Leaves 10 seconds left for Hendersonville. Pfeiffer and Crudup come up to press. Final possession here could bring the lead down to as much as 2. Back out for Grayson DeGraff, down to 2, down to 1, he's got a fire. Braxton Corey sends it away, and that'll end the third quarter. So the Bears, after they were down by 8 to end the first half, outscore Hendersonville 20-7. They outscore Hendersonville 20-7 in the third quarter, and the Bears have turned this around. And it's a 5-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And so now going into the fourth quarter, Luke, Bears have a 5-point lead. What's the biggest thing that you want to see here from them?
The biggest thing is I want to see some more aggressiveness from both sides. I do feel that the points, especially in that first half, were just non-existent. The Bears are really getting back on track with a 20-point third quarter. Is definitely something to look forward to. I believe that Coach Tate right now in the huddle is telling his team just to keep going, keep fighting. because if this game does go into overtime, it will be in anyone's hands, as we have seen 2 nights ago when Hendersonville barely defeated Mount Juliet 53-51. So I'm really hoping that Mount Juliet will just keep the gas and go full throttle with this in the fourth quarter. Hendersonville's coach has got to be telling them to get their head back in the game. Hendersonville at halftime being up by 8 clearly thought they had this one, but the presence from Ashton Kirkendall and Johnny Pfefferly has really been felt.
And Kirkendall now with 11 points, has a third of the Bears scoring. As we now enter the final quarter, a lot in the stake, especially for the Golden Bears. Is Braxton Corey getting doubled? Gotta find somebody, gives it to Garner Pfeiffer. Pfefferly takes a jab.
Wide open 3. Bang!
Down!
Wow.
What a clutch shot from Pfefferly. Jordan misses. Carajo Dickens gets the rebound, and CJ Holt. Into Holt. Holt on the drive. Dickens fell down. There's got to be somebody open. This is Jordan on the drive. Bears got back. Roberts fires a 3. They need it. Couldn't knock it down. Rebound tipped and picked up by Pfefferly. And here comes Braxton Corey controlling the offense for the Bears. And Carajo Dickens now limping to the bench. Must have been off that rebound. And so John Lloyd back in, currently has 3 fouls. And so now Carajo going to try and walk it out. Possibly see more minutes from Sam Gravely. Pfeiffer kicks it out for John Lloyd. Garner Pfeiffer fakes, drives. Lloyd bounces it for Braxton Corey. Pfeiffer fakes the 3 again. Trying to get the angle. Over to John Lloyd on the elbow. Lloyd hands it off. Braxton Corey fakes the 2. John Michael, 3-pointer. No good. Rebound for Cooper Jordan. So Hendersonville got to try and get back in this one. Down by 8 when they had a 10-point lead. Hudson Gill down low for CJ Holt. CJ Holt's been aggressive all night. And he stepped on the line. Bears will get it back. Ashton Kirkendall checks back in for Pfeiffer. He's out there with Braxton Corey, Johnny Pfefferly, John Michael Crudup, and John Lloyd. Braxton Corey now Bears up by 8 with 6 minutes to go. They were down by 10, and just that third quarter was a huge surge back, which leads us to now. Offense might possibly want to move slow here with an 8-point lead. Pfefferly on the drive, spins, goes up. Pfefferly got it! Johnny Pfefferly, the nice slow spin move in the paint, and gets the 2. Gill doubled, and a charge! John Michael Crudup drawing it. And that's another turnover by Hendersonville.
Plenty of careless turnovers for the Hendersonville Commandos lately. You've got to think that they just need to lock it in. Johnny Pfefferly now with 11 points and 5 rebounds compared to 2 nights ago when he had 17 and 4 for a stat line. Johnny Pfefferly, you've got to think that he will reach that 15-point mark with 5.5 minutes to go.
That pass was tipped out of bounds, I believe, by a commando, and the Bears, Bears was tipped by by Commando. Bears get it back, up by 10. Corey throws it in for John Michael Crudup. Crudup now using his offhand to get space, drives, couldn't get it to go. Nice defense there from Cooper to Graff. Jordan on the drive, extra pass, back for Gill. Gill tries to go in the post again. Pass was tipped by Corey, and it stops the break. That's a huge deflection as the Bears stop what could have possibly been a three-pointer.
3 minutes into this fourth quarter, Hendersonville is still scoreless. Definitely Mount Juliet's defense has prevented any potential momentum for them, and Denver, I think if they continue this, Mount Juliet will have their 8th win.
And that foul was called on John Lloyd. And thinking about what Luke said, I think from now on it's really up to the defense here. I mean, the offense is going to have to produce, but the defense and getting some huge stops. We'd seen the first half that Hendersonville, even though they only scored 19 points, they were still able to score consistently. But I'd say it's up to the defense here in the last 4.5 minutes to win this game. Meanwhile, that shot in and out for Gill. Pfefferly trying to fight for it, and a jump ball. CJ Holt. And they call the jump ball on it. Yeah, it's going to go to the Bears. And Johnny Pfefferly fell hard to the ground. After that, when he goes to the bench, Bears call a timeout, 4:23 remaining. And for the Bears, looking at it tonight, they hold teams to about 54 points a game. And from that first half, you could have said that the Bears defense was going to struggle, but so far they've just held Hendersonville to just 7 points in the second half compared to 19 in the first half. But like me and Luke talked about, if the Bears defense can continue to get stops down the stretch, then the Bears are going to find themselves with a win here tonight and advance in the district rankings.
You got to think right now in the huddle during this timeout, Coach Tate is telling his team to not be too aggressive compared to what I was saying in the beginning of the fourth quarter, just to not. Now with a 10-point lead about halfway through the fourth quarter, which could potentially be the rest of the game, just holding on to the ball and plenty of smart passes. And that is not a good start, as that is a quick steal.
So Kirkendall got doubled in the corner, and it was a turnover on the Bears. So Commandos get it back. Chance to bring this lead down to as much as 7. Roberts bounces it for Holt underneath, dribbles, flips it up and in over the tall body of John Lloyd. And the Commandos now call another quick timeout there, possibly not trying to waste down that time. And if you're the Hendersonville coach, you could be discussing what he wants the defensive game plan to be. That first half did an amazing job, in the second half, mainly the third quarter, Commandos struggled to get stops against the Bears offense. So 8-point lead, 4:10 left. Bears leading 36 over Hendersonville's 28. Bears get the ball now. Johnny Pfefferly, Braxton Corey, Ashton Kirkendall, Dylan Work, and John Lloyd. Starting 5 out there. Braxton throws it ahead to Dylan Work. Braxton Corey should have been running to the rim.
A give and go.
Rough break for Dylan Work. He couldn't hit the layup. Running to the rim. He could have been going too fast. One of the biggest reasons to miss wide open layups. And a dive for the ball. multiple Bears and Commandos going at it, and a jump ball now. And so Ashton Kirkendall shaking up a little bit. Seems to be okay. So 3:48 now. Hendersonville trying to bring this lead down to 5, and Jordan can't do it. Dylan Work tips the rebound, and it'll go to the Bears. And Hendersonville bench upset, saying that Dylan Work clearly hit that out. Beverly, oh man, try to throw it full court to Braxton Corey and hit the entire basket. And that's going to result in a Bears turnover, and now another opportunity for Hendersonville to score more points. Inside to Jordan, he spins, gets the 2! Kirkendall gets doubled. Dylan Work is in a 2-on-1. He throws it. The pass is tipped, and another turnover. Oh, man. And Dylan Work tried to get the pass immediately. And another timeout once again here from Hendersonville. And if you were Dylan, you know, in the moment, passing first is, I feel like Dylan right there should have just drove to the rim and then quick bounce pass to John Lloyd for the 2. But as Luke McQuarrie talked about, you know, the Bears, they just can't make any dumb decisions. And so far, full court press has been getting to them a little bit, as they have been turning over the ball, and we have a 6-point game.
Now with only 3.5 minutes, there is really no room for error for the Mount Juliet Golden Bears with only a 6-point lead, only 2 possessions. Hendersonville really needing some stops here and there, and this could be anyone's ball game.
We're getting closer and closer to crunch time, and you could possibly feel a sense of nervousness for some of these Golden Bears.
You've also got to think that there's got to be some nervousness from Hendersonville's side, still being down by 6 points, but there's also got to be some confidence to come with it based on how their defense has performed the past 3 possessions, causing careless turnovers by the Mount Juliet Golden Bears.
Meanwhile, Hendersonville down by 6. DeGraff wide open from the corner, he can't knock it down. Gill trying to wrestle for it, and now CJ Holt once again. CJ Holt frustrated. And Johnny Pfeffer telling the team that you got to spread out. And they double. Kirkendall throws it across. Pass was tipped to John Lloyd. Braxton Corey was wide open. He fakes the pass and brings it back out and fouled in the process. So Bears finally get it across half court as the past multiple possessions. They struggled to get over half court, and Garner Pfeiffer now in for John Michael. Three minutes in the ball game for the Bears. John Lloyd off to Johnny Pfefferly. Kirkendall. Pfefferly being pressured by Holt. Throws it for John Lloyd. Back to Braxton Corey. Braxton now dribbling on the baseline. Getting doubled and trying to throw it out to a teammate. He's being grabbed by multiple Hendersonville players. That foul's on CJ Holt. Braxton Corey. He's got to get it in and throws it far for Garner Pfeiffer. Over to Braxton Corey. Braxton Corey on the drive. Gets doubled. Throws it outside for Kirkendall. Kirkendall on the drive. Back out Pfeiffer. Tries to flip it for John Lloyd. He caught it. John Lloyd finishes!
Great pass. Great finish.
And after a short, long time, the Bears get a bucket. It felt like Hendersonville was on a huge run there, but only scored just 4 points. And now the Bears up by 8. And now Golden Bear, Mount Juliet crowd is now hyped up. Step back three by DeGraff. Got it! That is a huge shot from Cooper DeGraff. And it brings the lead down to 5 and quiets down this Mount Juliet crowd.
That three really big for Cooper DeGraff and his fellow Commando teammates, now bringing the lead over to 5. Previously on the Mount Juliet's possession, Garner Pfeiffer with that assist to John Lloyd to give them that 2-pointer. Denver, clearly no points for Garner tonight, as some points were expected from him as of his previous success. But you've got to think, the Bears are up by 5. You can't ask for much from Garner while his teammates are doing good. I feel that tonight he has been a good facilitator and making the most of his minutes without shooting the ball.
Definitely, and I feel like that's something that Hendersonville may have looked at in film too, knowing that Garner's been on a hot streak. So definitely one of the game plans has possibly been trying to shut down Garner's game, make him feel uncomfortable. But definitely the driving kick has been Garner's game tonight, and he's helped out a lot from that.
Definitely now, if there was another matchup between the two teams, Johnny Pfefferly is definitely going to be the name that will be circled, as he has 11 points tonight and 17 2 nights ago, as he's bringing it in right now to Braxton.
Braxton getting doubled, has to throw back for Pfefferly, and somehow Johnny was able to recover. John Lloyd wide open, and he was able to recover it. A flying commando.
You got to think that's a blocking foul.
Underneath, John Lloyd blocked, but a foul.
Foul.
That foul's on Riley Jordan. And Riley Jordan was upset after that call, saying that he had all ball on that. Might have hit John Lloyd on the hand. John Lloyd now at the line, 61% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Definitely getting into crunch time here. Minute 38, Bears only up by 5. One more free throw for John Lloyd. Knocks it down. So 6-point lead. Hendersonville's got to move quick. Gill on the drive. Roberts fading three. Air ball. Pfefferly throws it ahead. John Michael, he's got numbers, throws it for John Lloyd. He scores!
Great bucket by John Lloyd.
Alley-oop, I guess. John Michael diving steal. Oh man, and John Michael with a little flex over CJ Holt. If they give a tech for that, I'm gonna be upset. No tech.
It's a push on CJ Holt. On the previous possession, with that alley-oop to John Lloyd, that is some athleticism from a big man that is usually not seen.
Meanwhile, as that alley-oop score brings it to an 8-point lead. Game was stopped due to a wet spot. John Lloyd did get fouled after diving for the steal, and so John Lloyd could bring this lead up to 10 after the Bears were just down by 10. John Michael now going to the line. He's 1 of 2 so far. Now 1 of 3 on the year. He took his first 2 free throws of the night earlier tonight. Could bring it to 9 here. Can't knock it down. Recovered by Cooper DeGraff. Here is Roberts. Down by 8. You got to get some going here on offense if you're Hendersonville. Gill, the cross, the spin, the fake. Tries to lean in. They want to call a travel. And now they call a foul on Braxton Corey.
That is not the right call.
And we just seen Hudson Gill walk to Madagascar, but apparently I guess the Bears can't get a call there. And he misses the free throw. Ball don't lie. John Michael Crudup goes to the bench. Garner Pfeiffer back in. Possibly add another ball handler out there for the Bears. Gill. In and out. He misses both. John Lloyd wide open. Slam time!
Gosh! John Lloyd! Oh my gosh, Denver. This being my first time announcing, I am having a great time. John Lloyd is putting on an absolute show tonight.
Now, I promised John Lloyd that I'd give another great call, and Will Blackman as well. John Lloyd, that was an emphatic statement slam, and it's now a 10-point lead. What a turnaround from the Bears.
At this point, you really might as well call it over. 10 points with only 47 seconds to go. I really do not know if Hendersonville has a shot.
Now for Hendersonville, the main thing at this point when you're down by 10, you got to be looking mainly for mainly 3-point shots. It's going to get you closer in the game, or just quick 2-pointers. I believe Hendersonville only has one timeout, so that's definitely not something working in their advantage.
Definitely just quick possessions right here for Hendersonville. Good defense. You've also got to think they're going to play the foul game, as they do have 5 fouls, so they're close to bonus and bonus plus. So I really do not know what their game plan is, especially being down by 10. Is it even worth it to play the foul game, Denver?
At this point, no. I would say the biggest thing you can't allow is a 3-pointer, so just getting everyone out on the perimeter is going to be a huge thing here. Obviously defending the paint for no wide-open 2-pointers. Step back deep 3 from DeGraff. Can't knock it down. John Michael, excuse me. And a jump ball call, so Hendersonville will get it back. 35 seconds.
The Mount Juliet student section with a decent showing tonight, especially the Golden Bears being up by 10. You've got to think that they're feeding off the energy that the students from Mount Juliet High School are providing them.
Johnny Pfefferly, a rejection.
Stuffed. Wow. Johnny Pfefferly. Johnny Pfefferly with an elite showing tonight, as he has scored 11 points and has been great under the basket with 8 rebounds.
And Johnny's just one of those type of players. He's just a maniac on both ends of the floor, getting it done on offense and defense. Meanwhile, 24.5 seconds left. Bears with a 10-point lead.
Now, Denver, you really have to think this is not surprising from Johnny Pfefferly, as he leads his team with 10 points per game and 4.4 rebounds. This is honestly an above-average showing from him, especially 2 nights ago with 17 and 4. Johnny Pfefferly and John Lloyd and Ashton Kirkendall with all 11 points apiece. This has really helped the Mount Juliet offense get going clearly in the second half.
And I played with Johnny last year in the WWBA, and I always knew that he was just an amazing type of player with his strength and just his ability to get it done on offense.
Definitely not someone that you want to be guarding, Denver. Not ideal.
10-point lead for the Bears. Weatherspoon on the drive, flips it out. And so I believe And now Weatherspoon thought it was Hendersonville's ball, thought it was a blocking foul. Bears will get it back, 17.1 into Kirkendall. No point in really fouling here, and you're down by 10. And now they do foul. Or no, we see a timeout, excuse me.
Yeah, this game is clearly over. No point in fouling. The game plan really from both sides is just to dribble the clock out, and we will be out of here soon enough. Mount Juliet will move on to 8-16, and Hendersonville will fall just below 500 with a 10-11 record.
And speaking of that, this has got to feel good for the Golden Bears. After the other night, they came back down from a lead sort of like this. They came back down 17 and went into overtime and fell just short. So tonight to come back from another lead from Hendersonville, another double-digit lead, and get a win here tonight is huge for them, especially where they rank in the district.
Yeah, definitely a statement game for Mount Juliet tonight, showing that they belong as they move their district record to 3-4. Hendersonville's district record will fall down to 2-3.
John Michael gets fouled off the inbounds pass, so John Michael just a chance to increase this lead for the Golden Bears. And only 8 seconds remaining. Comes up short on that one. I believe now 1 of 4 so far here tonight. And now I believe a timeout here from Hendersonville. Interesting timeout here. Okay, interesting timeout here from Hendersonville. I wonder what this timeout could be for.
I would have no clue.
They're down by 10 with 8 seconds. If they were to come back down 10 in 8 seconds, I would quit. I would just quit. I don't see it happening. But what an effort from the Golden Bears in the second half. So far, have outscored Hendersonville 32-14 in the second half. That third quarter was a big part of it too. They only scored 11 points in the first half, and they scored 20 points in the third quarter, basically doubling what they had in the first half, and that really just set the tone for what the rest of the game was going to be for the Golden Bears.
Denver, I really did not think this game would get up to over a combined 75 points, but here we are at 76, especially with that first quarter only being 4-5. I really did not expect this game to be high scoring enough.
And they say basketball is a game in runs, and this game has really showed that here tonight. John Michael Crudup hits the second. Weatherspoon kicks it out. DeGraff fires a 3. Air balls, and the Golden Bears with a huge win tonight. After 2 nights ago, they fell just short in overtime. They come back and get their revenge on Hendersonville, 44-33. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream tonight. It's been fun. Luke, thanks for
having
coming along.
me. I really enjoyed every bit of this.
It was an amazing game. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. There's a chance the Bears could have a playoff game at home. This was the last home game here tonight, but we will be back on stream if there is a playoff game. But thank you, everyone, for attending, and we will see you guys in the future.
Y'all have a good night.